Welcome back to another week in this class. We are officially on Module 5 now, so those of you guys that are keeping up, good work. If you have work that you need to submit, make sure you're doing it. We're getting closer and closer to midterm. This week, we're going to have some more fun with Photoshop. We're going to move an image and manipulate it a little bit more than we have in the past. You'll see under the initial learning objective screen, you do have a reading this week and a quiz that goes along with it. I have made a video that will guide you in how to use the selection tool. You're going to complete this assignment. It's called Giants and Fairies, and then there's a discussion as well. If I go back to the main module screen, I'm going to show you an example of what your assignment is. So the whole idea is that I'm going to take a picture of, it can be yourself or it can be another person, and I'm going to insert them into two different backgrounds. One where it looks like they're a giant. So this is a picture of London as seen from the Tate Museum. And as this is loading, you'll see that I have taken an image of myself, cut it out, and placed it on the water here. So obviously these can be fun. They can be a little bit silly. But the idea is that I'm changing the scale to make myself look larger than life. One thing to pay attention to when you're taking these pictures, these are all images I've taken. Make sure that your person and your lighting of your background image are similar. If you have a highlight background, then make sure your person is lit really well. If your background is dark, make sure your person is in shadow. The other image that I'm going to do is I'm going to take myself and I'm going, or, your person, and I'm going to put them in a second picture that makes them look like a fairy. Here, I did go ahead and add wings to myself. You don't actually have to add wings if you don't want to. The idea, again, is focusing on scale, making yourself or whoever you're taking a picture of seem smaller than life. So you do need 3 total images. You need a subject. You need a background image that's going to make you or someone else look small. And you need a background image that is going to make you or someone else look really big. Going back to that module, so those examples are listed. You will see the actual assignment. And I know I'm a little later getting this up, so this isn't due until the 25th now. As always, you can download a copy of the assignment sheet, but I did just want to point out that you guys are still using all this knowledge that we've built up technically, but you're picking the settings on your camera. So you guys decide if you're using one of those automatic modes, semi-automatic or manual modes. If you have questions, as always, please post it in that discussion posting and I'll try to get back to you as quickly as possible. The other thing I would caution you about is, well, 2 things. If you are taking a picture of a person, you want to make sure your background is fairly simple, because when you go to use the selection tool in Photoshop, if you are against a busy background or a background that's the same color as the subject, it can get really difficult to tell the difference between the subject and the background. You also, if you get stuck and you need some inspiration, there is a great website called Pixabay, pixabay.com. So in a perfect world, you are taking all of these 3 images yourself. Again, if I need some inspiration, I can go to this website. These are free downloads and they're fairly high resolution. You do need to create an account if you want to use this place, but you can scroll through them. You can search, as always, and you can look. The very first image I see on the page is this picture of books. That could be something that I use to insert myself into a fairy. So it's a great website, especially if you need something where you don't have to worry about royalties. The very last thing I want to mention just briefly is the actual editing tips. So there is a video that goes step by step, and I've linked it on the module. I've also written them down this week. You can follow along the written directions, but I would also recommend watching the video as well, because both of these things are going to help you out as you go along. So it's a really fun project. I have a lot of fun seeing what you guys come up with. As always, please feel free to ask questions. I will try and get back to you as quickly as I can. I was really impressed with the portraits you guys took last week, so make sure you're continuing to do good work, and I'm excited to see what you bring